welcome again, everyone, to our Saturday morning breakfast call for Postcard Networker on December 31st, 2016. This will officially be the last call for 2016. And as we close out the year, I think it's important. I mean, a lot of people do this anyway, but I think it's important in your business to not only do your taxes, right, for the last year, but more importantly, reflect on what you've accomplished in the last 12 months. And we're going to talk about this a little bit in the goal setting, but not only think about what you accomplished in the last 12 months in terms of revenue or income or profit, but to me it's just as important, especially in our industry, especially in the home-based business industry, to reflect on what you've accomplished in terms of growing, in terms of learning, in terms of developing, in terms of making contacts, okay, in terms of building your team. Because sometimes a lot of people in this industry, I mean, the bottom line does come down to dollars and cents, right? Are we in the black or are we in the red, right? Are we making money or losing money? But the thing about our industry that's funny is that you can't necessarily just hop into a brand new career, a brand new industry, a brand new thing and expect to go to the top of the comp plan or expect to be making a six-figure income immediately. Okay, most of us don't have the ability to do that, myself included. Okay, it took me a few years too to kind of get things going. From 1999 to 2004, 5 years it took me to go full-time, okay? And I'm not saying it's going to take you that long. I'm not saying it's going to you're going to be able to do it in that time. Everybody's different. Some people do it in 3 months. Some people do it in 6 months. Some people, have been working in this industry for 10 years. They still haven't been able to go full-time. But that's what we're here for, is to help and support you and to show you the way so that you have a much easier time than I did and a much easier time than everybody else is having as well. So I just want to congratulate those people that are making that have made a check this last week, earned a check, as well as matching postcards. So congratulations to Stan and David. Congratulations, Greg, Twanzel, Charles, Ja, Sam, Robert, Jack. Congratulations, Brad, Leah, Robert, Pandora, Clinton, Roy, Richard, Karen, Paulette, Michael, Gary, Nathan, Austin. Congratulations, Moses, Lindsay, Caitlin, and Phyllis. And if you notice kind of a trend here, a lot of these people get their name on the leaderboard, on the congratulations every single week. And there's no secret behind how they do it. It's just they just keep sending postcards, right? They're just very consistent. Some of them sent out a really good surge of postcards when they first got started, and then are consistently sending out postcards month after month after month. In fact, some of these members have been literally with us since the beginning, since February, and a couple of them even I was talking to them a little bit before February, before the official launch of Postcard Networker. Not a lot of them. Most of the people, and some of these people even came in within the last month or two, right? But the cool thing is that no matter whether you started at the beginning or whether you just started within the last month or within the last week, so you have the same ability to get on our congratulations list. You have the same ability to earn income. You have the same ability to get matching postcards as everybody else. The opportunity is truly the same for everybody. It just really depends on the number of postcards that you send and the consistency that you send them. Oops, let's go back. Okay, so let's talk about just a few updates to our system. Just to let you guys know, currently we are out of town. We'll be back on the 2nd. So any orders, any matching postcards, okay, any current checks that are due that have happened since Christmas, okay, since the 25th, basically will go out on January 3rd, okay? So as of January 3rd, all of the new orders, orders that have happened since Christmas, matching postcards, and should be sent out till January 3rd. We don't take, we don't have a lot of delays. Of course, over the holidays, we should all take a little bit of time to spend extra time with our families and take a break, okay? And I kind of let you guys know that going in. So just to let you know, orders, matching, postcards, checks, sending out January 3rd. Custom intros and banners, if you have been waiting for them, our video guy is back, is working full-time again, and we're starting to catch up a lot of those, okay? So a lot of you have started receiving your custom intros and banners if you had requested them within the last week or two. And I've got a bunch to send out today as well. And then the rest will pretty much go out on Monday and Tuesday, okay? Now, if you don't get your custom intro banner, let's say by Tuesday, please email me again or put in a support ticket through your back office and let me know, because sometimes we don't get all the emails, okay? Sometimes, if I miss an email or something like that, or if it goes into our spam and we don't pick it up, then we'll miss your intro. But you don't have to send me an email today if you don't have it yet. We're still catching up, like I said, because you just started back. The custom intros and banners, like I said, by about Tuesday, if you don't have it and you've requested it in the last week or so, please send me another email or get in touch with us through a support ticket, and we'll make sure that you get your intro and banner done. Normally, the turnaround for the intros and banners, not during the holidays, is usually a day or two. We can usually get them done within 24, 48, 72 hours. Okay, so within a couple of days of submitting it, you should have it back. Two other notes. We are finalizing kind of the cancellation buttons, I guess, if you will. So if you do have members that are like, hey, I want to cancel, how do I cancel? I want to cancel either the affiliate program or the auto ship, or I want to cancel the OMA program or something like that. That's okay. Currently, we just do them through support tickets, but we are just going to have a simple little functionality in the back office where any of your members that want to cancel can just cancel on their own. Okay, so we're eliminating kind of the customer service of having to do that or so. We will have just simple little buttons in your back office. Please, because then you're just going to have to re-sign up again. Okay, they will function. They will cancel the billing. Okay, I promise you that. All right, so there will be just the ability for members to automatically cancel any of the different auto billings and stuff like that we have. Okay, and then the auto ship as well. Postcard auto ships. I know a lot of you have been waiting for that for some time to kind of encourage your teams to get on that. Anybody who submitted it through the mail will automatically enter you into the auto ship once it gets set up for the postcards, and that'll be probably available again within the next week. So first week of January, we will have the auto ship kind of functionality so that you don't have to worry about going in and placing your orders all the time. You can just set up a simple auto ship, and this truly is kind of the best way to do marketing. This is the best way to do advertising. Set it and forget it, right? I remember back when I used to run a lot of ads online, and we're going to start doing that again for the team very soon, a lot more online advertising as well that you can participate in, and we'll keep it simple. We'll run the ads, okay? You don't have to worry about learning any of that, but I know that the easiest thing to do is kind of like just pay your bill and have the advertising running. Pay the bill, have the advertising running, right? So the simplest thing to do is just set up your auto ship. You get billed for it, your postcards show up, throw the stamps on, you're done, right? You don't have to think about it. You don't have to worry about it. If you get busy, your advertising is still going to come to you every single month on the same day of the month, and you can do the best thing for your business, which is just simply be consistent. All right, the same day every month, you get your postcards, go buy your stamps, put them on, and get them out. Okay, so the auto ships will be available first week of January. We'll have them out very soon. Okay, and we're making it very simple and easy and cool looking, so it takes us a little bit longer just to make not only the functionality, but I think for our system, the simplicity of being able to set it up, to know it's set up, to see what day it's set up, to see what credit card it's on, to be able to change all that, things like that. We're really working hard to make sure that, again, we don't make anything more difficult or hard to look at. Everything really needs to be simple, okay? So let's spend a little bit of time this morning talking about setting your goals, okay? And to me, this is very important. If you think about goal setting, I kind of think about it maybe a little bit different than some people. Some people will say, I got to set my goal and I got to work really hard to achieve it. Well, I kind of look at it slightly different. I want to first set goals, especially in our industry. So as a home-based business person, if you're not full-time, one of the hardest things to do is actually get results, right? One of the hardest things to do is actually sponsor people, generate a profit, generate an income, right? Get the dollars flowing in. So I want you to break down your goals maybe a little bit differently this year, okay? I want you to break down your goals and your activities slightly different, and I want you to set your goals primarily, okay, or at least part of your goals on activities that you have complete control over, okay? So we want to set up activities that we have complete control over that will result in success. So if you know, for instance, that sending out 100 postcards a month will generate you a result over the next 12 months, that's an activity you can control. So not the result itself, right? Not how many members am I going to get. I want to have a downline of 400 people, right? Setting a goal like that is sometimes frustrating because there's factors in there that you don't necessarily have control over. Now, I'm not saying don't set that goal. We'll talk about that in just a minute. But what I want to do is I want to set the goals first on things that you can directly control and have kind of have a say in, right? Sending postcards, if you set up a postcard goal of, let's say, sending 500 postcards a month, well, you have complete control over that entire process. You can buy the postcards, they'll get shipped to you, you put the stamps on, you put them in the mail, you're done. You've met your goal. Okay? You've accomplished what it is that you wanted to accomplish. Now, knowing that by doing that activity, the result is going to be that you generate members, right? That you get activity on your website. You get hits on your website, you get people coming to your site, you get people opting in and joining for free, and then obviously people upgrading and buying and generating you an income, okay? And then going and looking at your income stream number 4, your primary business, okay? But the goal is going to be the activity that you have complete control over. So if you don't have 100% control of the activity, we can talk about that in a minute for those kind of goals. But for your initial set of goals, what I want you to focus on things that you have 100% control over, that it's either a yes or a no, that you can actually do. Okay. So for instance, I'm going to just use another example. Okay, I'm going to use another example of a goal that we can kind of relate this to in the weight loss space. Okay, because a lot of people, probably myself included, okay, starting tomorrow, right? We all start tomorrow. The funny thing is, it's like, wouldn't it be easier just to start today, right? Because it's the 31st. But most of us set our goals to start tomorrow. What's the difference? We may as well start today, right? But so if you're thinking about trying to lose weight this year, okay, this is how I would relate what I'm talking about to weight loss versus, building a business or any other goal that you have control over. So in the weight loss space, a lot of us often what we do is we say, well, I want to lose 20 pounds, right? Or I want to lose 30 pounds, or I want to take off 6 inches or 4 inches or 3 inches off my waist. Okay, percent control over that. You can't just take off 20 pounds. You've got to do the activities, right, which result in the weight loss. But you can't today go and say, okay, I want to lose 2 pounds today, or I want to lose 1 pound today. What happens is when you do the right activities over time, your body changes, right? Your body tones, your body, sheds that fat and burns that fat, right? So what we want to do instead of setting a goal of I want to lose 20 pounds, which is okay, I mean, in the big picture, but what you want to do is you want to actually have your goal of I want to go to the gym and exercise, okay, or run or do the tread climber or do whatever for 20 minutes 4 times a week. Okay, that would be the goal, right? You want to set the goal based on something that you can 100% have control over, which will result in what you want to accomplish, right? So let's not set a goal of I want to lose 20 pounds. Let's set a goal of the activity that you're going to do to lose the weight, which will actually result in the weight loss. I'm only going to eat fast food 1 time a week. Okay? Maybe unrealistic for me. I eat it more than that. Okay? But I technically would have control over what I put into my body, what I eat, right? I'm going to start eating better, but let's make it more specific, right? And let's actually make a menu of with the types of foods that I'm going to eat, okay? What I'm going to eliminate from my diet. I'm going to stop snacking after midnight. I'm going to stop eating after midnight, even if I'm working, okay? Even if I'm building my business after midnight, I'm only going to drink water or maybe have a healthy snack. Okay, maybe just eat some fruit or something like that, okay? Or whatever. I mean, you can set your own plan, but my point is pick things that you have 100% control over to generate that weight loss or to generate that business success, okay? Have 100 because I decide every day when I wake up if I'm going to go to the gym or not. Okay, if I'm going to jump on that treadmill at home or not. If I'm going to do a certain amount of push-ups. If I'm going to go for a walk, right, around the block. If I'm going to walk to work instead of staying at home, instead of taking a car. Okay, or if I'm going to bike to work, right? Of course, I don't commute to work. I commute to my living room or to my office across the bedroom, but for those of you that have a job, you're going to walk to work instead of driving or what have you. But the point being is that set your goal based on an activity of 100% control over that will result in the success that you want. Okay, does that make sense? So how many times a week are you going to go to the gym? That's your full goal because that will result in the weight loss, in the toning, in the fat loss, and in what you want to accomplish. Don't set the 20-pound goal because that's frustrating. Because if you gain or lose a pound, right, then you get frustrated and you quit. Same thing in business. If you make $1 or lose $1, you kind of get frustrated and a lot of people quit, right? Sending the postcards should be the goal because that eventually will result in the success that you want. That eventually will result in the downline and the business that you want. Okay, so if you accomplish every month sending your 100 postcards or sending your 200 postcards or sending your 1,000 postcards, if you accomplish that goal, you're done. You don't have control over the rest of the process or you don't have a lot of control over the rest of the process. Who gets the postcard, and if they look at it and if they decide to go to the website, you don't have control over that. You just need to send your postcards out. Okay, and let the system take care of the rest. Let the prospects do their part by coming to the website, checking it out, and joining, right? You don't have control over that. So don't lose sleep over it, right? Focus on what you have control over. So what's another thing? I mean, you can make phone calls, right? For those of you that are interested, right? Most of the people in our system probably will not do that, okay? But I do have a few members that specifically said, Joel, can I do cold calling for this business? Can I phone friends? Can I phone networkers? Can I call people? Okay, so if you're going to make phone calls, if you're going to do cold calling, which again is a tough business, that's why we created the postcard system in the first place, to be honest, because I used to do a lot of cold calling, and to be honest, it's not that much fun. Okay, it generates results, but again, it's a lot more difficult than just sending a postcard. Okay, but for those of you, if you're going to make phone calls, if you're going to make cold calls, you can't set your goal based on the results, based on, I want to sign up 3 people today from my phone calls, right? I want to sign up 5 people today because after a day or two, if you don't hit your goal, you're going to get frustrated, right? You don't just say, well, I'm going to sign up 3 people and I'm going to keep calling until I get those 3 people. Well, what if you get 0 people today? That's kind of a letdown, right? What if you call 300 people today, get 0? Because they just weren't the right people. So instead, if you're going to do cold calls or if you're going to phone people, you say, I'm going to call 20 networkers today, and I'm going to call 100 prospects, okay? And either leave messages or do a presentation or do a pitch or whatever it is that you're going to do with that, right? Because, again, you have control over how many calls you make. You have control over dialing the phone. You have control over making that activity. The moment you dial that number, you now have you have some control, but you now don't 100% control what happens. Right after you dial that number, you don't know if they're going to pick up. You don't know if you're going to get a voicemail. You don't know if they're going to want to talk to you. You don't know if they're going to hang up on you. You don't know if they're going to be interested. You don't know if they're going to go to a presentation. You don't know if they're going to join. So setting a goal based on the number of people that join often leads to frustration because we don't have control over that. But we do have control over making 100 calls a day, okay, or 100 calls a week or whatever it is that you're going to do. And over time, excuse me, over time, what will happen is doing those phone calls will start generating you your results, right? You'll start seeing a pattern of, you know, if I make 100 calls, I get 1 person. I make 100 calls, I get 1 person. I make 100 calls, I get 1 person. Well, over time, you'll kind of say, well, geez, I better make 100 calls every day because I get my 1 person every day or every couple of days or whatever it works out to, okay? And truly, if you look about making, you know, if you look at making phone calls, again, set your goal based on what you 100% control, okay? Running advertising. Okay, that's another way to generate business, right? If you run ads in newspapers, if you run ads in business magazines, if you run ads online, okay, pay-per-click, Facebook, okay, banner advertising, you name it, running the advertisement. Well, again, if you run your advertisement and say, well, I'm going to run my ads every day, or you can even run free ads, right, online. But you're going to say, I'm going to run my ads every day. I want to get at least 4 members per day joining through my ads. Well, what if after the first week you only get 4 members total joining? Again, you might be a little frustrated with that, right? Because you're thinking, I really wanted to have 4 members a day join. Well, the unfortunate thing is you don't really have control over how many people see your ad and join this week. Next week, if you keep doing it, maybe you do get your 4 a day, okay? And the week after that, maybe you just get 4 for the whole week again. 1 a day, half a day. You don't have control over who answers the ad or if they go to the website, if they're going to opt in, if they're going to buy. You don't necessarily have control over that part of the process, right? But you do have control over how many ads you run and if you run your advertising every day, okay? I'm going to spend $5 a day running pay-per-click advertising. You have control over that, all right? You're able to accomplish that, feel good about that, and know that that is potentially going to generate you a good result. It's going to generate you the success that you're looking for. Okay, make sense? Right? So when you're setting your goals, set them based on something that you have 100% control over. I'm going to send 100 postcards a month. I'm going to send 500 postcards a month. I'm going to do 100 calls a day. I'm going to run 5 ads per day. I'm going to spend $10 a day on advertising, okay, online, on my banner ads or on my pay-per-click or whatever. And again, I'm just using these 3 examples. And of course, use the weight loss example too, how to feel good about them, okay? I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. I'm going to do the treadmill 30 minutes per day, okay? I'm going to walk 20 minutes per day, every day, 7 days a week, okay? And don't, by the way, for those of you trying to lose weight this year, don't underestimate the power of walking. Even if you can't do the other activities, or even if you don't have the equipment, walking actually is one of the best exercises you can do, okay, to kind of keep your metabolism going and to keep you in shape and to build muscle and do everything that you want to do, okay? So going for a simple walk 20 minutes a day, okay, just try and throw that in if you can. And you can, take somebody with you and talk and enjoy the time, all right? But as we set our goals, let's put activities that we can control that are going to result in success. Now, there's both short-term goals and long-term goals that we're going to talk about now. And when we talk about short-term goals, again, you can start to set goals like I want to generate. I have no problem with setting goals like I want to generate $500 a month, okay, or I want to generate $2,000 a month. Okay, but let's base them on something that we feel is achievable. All right. So, for instance, if I've never generated a full-time income from home before, okay, and I'm kind of putting myself in your shoes right now, and maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but if you don't know how to do something, right, if you've never done it before, then to me that's kind of more of a long-term goal, okay? So if you're setting a goal based on I want to quit my job, I want to go full-time, I want to generate, let's just call it $6,000 a month in income from my home-based business, if you've never done it before, I kind of look at that as a long-term goal. Some people can do it in a very compressed period of time, but that's more of a long-term goal. And the reason why is because you don't necessarily know how long it's going to for, so about 12 years, all right? So I actually have a really good idea of how long it's going to take me to do and to accomplish certain income goals in our industry, okay, in my business. I actually know, but the only reason why I know is because I've done it before several times, okay? So I have a really good understanding of how long it's going to take me to create a certain income, how long it's going to take me to get certain number of members, certain size of a downline, okay, things like that, all right? But if you've never done that before, then I want you to put that more in a long-term goal scenario or a long-term goal position, all right? Because the first goals, the short-term goals, are going to be things like getting your first member, getting your second level going, right? So having some members recruit some other members through the postcards. All right, and again, it's as simple as just sending the postcards, but if you've never done it before, you don't know necessarily how long some of this stuff is going to take, right? So your first short-term goal might be something that's achievable, which is getting my first 2 members or getting my first member to join. Okay, then maybe getting my first upgraded member, getting somebody to come in and purchase, right, and join as an affiliate, join the OMA program, and upgrade one of the packages, okay, one of the postcard packages, and maybe join my primary business. All right, those can be kind of short-term goals because it's very simple. It's just 1 or 2 people. It's just a small goal. Long-term goals being things more like, again, going full-time, generating a significant income, having a big downline, right? And the more specific you are with your goals, by the way, the easier it is to achieve them, right? If I just say I'm going to send postcards every month, well, that's pretty vague, right? I can send 3, I can send 3,000. It's all going to be the same, right? So you want to be very specific in your goals. I want to send X amount of postcards. I want to send 500 postcards. I want to send 200 postcards, right, every single month. Right, so write down your goals, right? Write down the activities so you can control 100%, And then start jotting down some of the long-term and short-term achievable results that you feel that you can accomplish with the goals that you've set for yourself, okay? And you don't necessarily have to put a date on those goals, on your short-term and long-term goals. I don't believe you necessarily have to put a date on them because, to me, it's kind of a moving target. And the reason why it's a moving target is because I'm not an employee of somebody else. I'm a business owner. I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, so as an entrepreneur, I feel like I can set a date, but if I don't achieve that date, it's not a drop-dead date. I'm not going to quit if I don't achieve a certain result within a certain time period. See, as an entrepreneur, I'm going to do whatever it takes for however long it takes to accomplish my goals. And you should look at your business the same way. Whatever it takes, however long it takes to accomplish your goals. Now, the reason why we put dates on things is to maybe try to speed up our process, right? To try to speed up our goal, to maybe put some pressure on ourselves, right? Put some kind of artificial pressure on ourselves to go a little bit faster, to try a little bit harder, right? To accomplish things a little bit quicker. I do it too. I put some dates and some kind of like drop-dead dates or whatever on accomplishing certain things, all right? But I have no problem moving those dates as well if I don't reach my goal in a certain time period, okay? I don't say, well, I never got, my 30 members this month or whatever, I'm going to quit, right? I don't say that. If I only got 25, great. Let's just move our date a little bit, or let's up our goal a little bit. Let's reset our goal. So if I only got my 25 members this month or 10 members or whatever it is that I set my goal for, all right, next month maybe I'm going to reset my goal for another 30 members, okay? Or maybe I'll give myself 60 days to get 30 members, all right? That's okay. To me, it's okay to continually, as an entrepreneur, reset your goals. As an employee, sometimes if you try to reset your goals too many times, you might get fired, right? Because your boss expects you to do a certain task within a certain time frame, and if you don't do it, then maybe you're just not cut out for that job, right? But as an entrepreneur, I know that I need to keep going until the job is done. I know that I need to keep going until the business is built. I know that I need to just get it done no matter what. It's a little bit different, right? So setting those short-term, long-term achievable goals, things that I know that eventually I can achieve, it's okay if that moves, right? The thing that I can't move is the activities that we set earlier, right? I can't see if I'm going to say, well, I'm going to do 200 postcards a month. I'm going to send my 200 postcards a month. You can't move that. You can't say, well, maybe not this month. Well, maybe not next month. Well, that's what creates poor results. When you start changing the activities that you're supposed to be doing, and you start moving them to different times, and you start procrastinating, you start putting them off, that's when you run into trouble, not only in a home-based business, but in losing weight too. Think about this. I'm going to go to the gym 4 times a week. I'm going to go for a walk 7 times a week. And then that day comes and you say, maybe not today, right? You're supposed to have your postcard auto ship and you say, well, maybe not this month. I'll pick it up next month. That's what creates the failure. That's what creates the pushing your business back. That's what creates the no weight loss. That's what creates the problems, right, in your life, all the procrastination and changing of the activities that you have 100% control over, right? If you're skipping them, if you're putting them off, that's what creates the problems. But if you don't achieve a short-term, long-term goal like making $1,000 a month or going full-time in the business or getting a downline of 200 people, that's okay if we move those kind of goals because we don't have 100% control over that stuff, right? That includes customers purchasing. That includes other people taking action. That includes other people building a business. That includes gaining the levers through your downline. That includes other people joining your primary business. That includes your primary business shipping the products and paying you a check. So it includes so many other factors. factors that it's okay if we move some of we have 100% control over. Make sense? Okay, so as we build our business this year in 2017, I want you to truly set up your goals a little bit differently maybe than you normally do. I want you to set up a set of things or activities or goals, whatever you want to call them, that you have 100% control over that you're going to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to build your business. Okay, it might be on a monthly basis, it might be on a weekly, it might be on a daily basis. It's up to you. Okay, what am I going to do today to move my business forward? What do I have complete control over today to move my business in the right direction? Am I joining the OMA program and putting up my video every day? Am I running an ad every day? Am I sending a postcard every week? Okay, or a certain amount of postcards every week? Whatever it is that you're going to do that you have 100% control over, grab a piece of paper and a pen. No time is better than right now, by the way, to set your goals, okay? And I'm going to end the call a little bit short today just so you have 15 minutes. Nobody has an excuse. Get this, because normally we do our Saturday morning breakfast calls for about an hour, right? So you kind of, by now, if you've been with us for a little bit, you kind of set aside an hour to listen to the call. Okay, maybe have a coffee, maybe have your breakfast, maybe take notes, whatever it is that you do during this call. But I'm going to end the call in about 3 minutes. I'm going to give you 15 minutes to actually do this activity, okay, to actually do your goal setting and set up kind of the activities that you're going to do for 2017 to achieve the results that you want, okay? So I want you to grab a piece of paper and a pen, and over the next 15 minutes, after we end the call here, I want you to write down how many postcards every month you're going to send, or every week, however you send them. If you send them all at once or if you send them weekly, okay, I want you to write that down. I want you to write down any other activities that you're going to do to build your business, whether it be doing phone calls, whether it be posting your videos through the OMA program, whether it be running ads online, whether it be talking to old business partners, whatever it is. Write down things you have 100% control over through the entire process, okay? And what you're going to do on potential for success need to be able to be things that are going to potentially move your business forward this year, okay? And I want you to commit to doing those activities whether you get an instant result or not. Okay, very, very important. You need to commit to doing those activities over the next 12 months, okay? And we can have this conversation again on December 31st, 2017, and we'll see whether or not you were able to do the activities that you have 100% control over to be able to change your life. People that are consistent over the next 12 months and do those activities and don't give up and don't quit and don't make any excuses, I guarantee you their business will look significantly different. In fact, many of them will go full-time. Many of them will generate a full-time income. Many of them will start living the lifestyle that they want because they'll have complete control because they followed through, okay? Hopefully you're going to be one of those people. Hopefully you're going to be on that list, okay? And then feel free to spend a few minutes to write down some short-term, long-term goals that you want to accomplish with your business. How much income do you want to earn? What size of downline do you want to have? Okay? What type of activity do you want happening in your business? How many leaders do you want to have? So you can write down some things that you don't necessarily have control over, but that you want, some of your kind of short-term, long-term goals, right, that you want to accomplish, but keep in mind that those, and you can write dates beside them if you want to, but keep in mind that those dates are fluid. They can change. We are going to accomplish these goals, our short-term, long-term goals, no matter how long it takes, no matter what we have to do. We're going to keep going until we get there, okay? And that really, to me, is the distinction between successful, non-successful people when we do goal setting, okay? Successful people will set goals that are achievable, that they have 100% control over, and they'll just do it no matter what. And they'll also set short-term, long-term goals, okay, on things that generally they want to achieve, but they understand that if they don't achieve it immediately, they're not going to quit. They're just going to change the goal. They're just going to change the date. They're just going to change what they are going to accomplish. Okay, folks, that's it for today. Please take the time. I implore you. I know that you have other stuff to do. I know that maybe you're driving somewhere. I know that there are so many other places and things that can take your time, but this is important, folks. This potentially can change your life in 2017, your future, your income. Take 15 minutes right now, grab a piece of paper and a pen, write down your activities that you're going to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to be able to build your business, and write down some short and long-term goals. Post it somewhere you're going to see it all the time. Keep it in a notebook. Keep it in your head. Keep it in your phone, whatever it is that is going to remind you to do these activities on a regular basis. And I definitely will see you in a better situation, in a better position in life, achieving your goals by the end of next year. Have a great New Year, everyone. Make sure you celebrate responsibly. If you are going to be drinking, please make sure you have somebody driving you home or a way to get home or a place to stay before you go out tonight. I appreciate all you guys coming on the call. All the best. Bye for now.